So today we'll start off in a child's pose. So you can get your big toes together. You can have your knees together or separate. That's really whatever is comfortable. And then bring your head down toward the floor. We'll take some time just to rest here. And I like to take several minutes. So maybe not several, maybe a handful of minutes, maybe 3 or 4 minutes. We'll just be in this child's pose, just breathing. So do get comfortable. And start to grow your inhales and grow your exhales. Finding that nice expansive inhale. Think of expanding in all directions with your ribs and your belly. And on the exhales, pull everything into center. Nice, long, slow breath. And just giving your body a chance here to transition and just a little time to slow down. Kind of walking in from life, a lifetime lived before you got down on this yoga mat. So take some time to let go of all the roles and responsibilities that you may fill, and any sense of needing to accomplish or produce anything in your practice today. Just allowing yourself to be, appreciating this nice moment, just being still. Hopefully, after spending a couple of minutes here, you notice your low back a little softer, hopefully a little more neutralized. The back of the neck, hopefully we're feeling the same thing back there, a little softness, a little spaciousness. Allow your shoulder blades to kind of drip and melt off your back. And then see if you could feel your hips kind of sinking a little closer to the ground. All right, so stay low and keep breathing, of course, deeply through your nose, finding that big breath. And start to walk your hands out away from your hips. So at the same time as you walk your hands away from your hips, also move your hips away from your hands. And we'll take a few breaths here in this really nice stretch all around your shoulder. Remember when you reach your hands out over your head, to keep your neck really long. Sometimes it's tempting to squinch your shoulders by your ears, but keep them away from your ears. And go ahead and walk your hands out to the left here. Take them as far as you like. Okay, drop that head and start to move your hips away from your hands over to the right. And we'll take some breaths here. Long, slow breath into that right side of the ribs. Into the right side of the low back. Really moving those hips far away to the right. And then let's take it through to the other side and enjoy that for a bit. So walk your hands through center and over to the right. Drop that head. Start to stretch open the left side and move the hips over to the left. Remember to keep that space between your shoulders and your ears. And then let's bring this back into center. Come on through. Back to your child's pose where we started. And then we're going to move the hands back towards your knees here. So walk your hands back towards your knees. Okay, if you are comfortable with it, you could tuck your toes underneath you here and kind of sit back on your heels just to get a nice little stretch for the bottom of your feet. Okay, but of course, if the toe tuck is a little too much, you can always untuck and just sit on your heels. Okay, but I want to get the hands up overhead here. Go ahead and interlace your fingers and flip your palms nice and high. Now take a moment here, let your spine be nice and tall. And if you could, pull your belly button back a little bit, slightly curling your tailbone under so you feel your spine is nice and neutral. Okay. And then just getting a little warm and a little stretchy in your legs. Start to kick the floor down here with both legs. Like you wanted to lift your hips 1 inch off of your feet and then hold right here. So this is right away going to create a lot of heat in your quadriceps. You'll feel your legs lighting up. And I won't keep you here a whole long time, but maybe just one more big breath in. And then relax the effort on your exhale. Drop your hands down in front. Okay, and then if your toes are tucked, then you're all ready to pop up into a downward facing dog. So come on up with your hips. Shake your head. And we'll walk out the heels nicely here. Very relaxed, kind of dynamic down dog, where you're moving your hips and your shoulders a lot. Just kind of finding some good stretchiness in the backs of the legs, the shoulders. All right, and I won't keep you here super long. I'm just going to start moving and flowing us a little bit just to get a little heat and fluidity built up in the body. So inhale here, pull your heart forward, find a plank pose with your shoulders over your wrists. And remember, plank, you can always put your knees down, okay? With your exhale, walk to your hands and fold. You might bend your knees. We're gonna inhale and roll it up slowly. Push down into your heels. Okay, lift your heart, lift your hands. And we'll take a little side bend here. So with your exhale, you're going to drop your left hand, slide it down your left thigh, and reach that right hand overhead. So to do this, wrap that belly button inward to keep your low back safe. We're coming all the way up. Big breath in. Other side on your exhale, right hand down, left hand reaches overhead. Inhaling all the way back up to standing. We'll come all the way down here. Exhale, hinging at your hips, fold it all the way down. Okay, you can bend your knees here. You might look forward on your inhale. Think of rolling your spine up and forward. And then exhale, fold a lot more deeply. Think of hugging your legs here. Really bend those knees if you like. Okay, palms are down. Inhale, step it back through a plank. Remember to use your knees if you need them. And then exhale all the way down to the floor, nice and slow. So we're just going to keep this little vinyasa going. We're going to do a couple more rounds just to get warm. Pull back on your hands. Inhale, lift your heart open for a cobra shape. Remember, it can be a small shape as well. And with your exhale, bring it up and back to downward facing dog. Okay. So just going to go through that little vinyasa variation 2 more times, nice and slow. Everything just the same, okay? So here we go. Inhaling, heart moves forward to a plank. And exhale, walk to your hands and fold. Roll it up on your inhale. Strengthen and lengthen your spine. Think of lifting the belly in towards your spine. And here comes that side bend. Exhale, left hand down, right hand over. Inhale up. And other side, right hand down, left hand over. And inhale up. And exhale here, fold it in half all the way down. Halfway up on your inhale, looking forward. And a big fold on your exhale. Hug your legs. Palms are down. Inhale to your plank. And exhale all the way down. On your inhale, cobra, pull back on your hands, heart forward. And exhale, downward facing dog. Come on up and back. Okay, we're gonna do all that one more time. All right. It's all right if the following along sometimes gets confusing. As long as you're moving and breathing, it's all good. Here we go, same thing. Inhale, heart forward to plank. And exhale, step to your hands, fold. Inhale, roll it up, lift that heart. Exhale for the side bend, left hand down, right hand over. Inhale up. Exhale, other side. And inhale up. Exhale here, all the way down, hinging at your hips. Inhale, halfway up, looking forward. Exhale, all the way down again. Palms are down. Inhale, back to your plank. Exhale, all the way down. Inhale for a cobra, heart pulls forward and open. And exhale, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Come on up and back. Walk it out here. Let your head hang, just noticing maybe a little extra warmth and fluidity in your joints, your arms and legs. A little more openness. And from here, great time for us to get a little more stretchy. So here we go. With your inhale, let's get that right leg high in the sky. Okay, with your exhale, swing that right knee forward. Now try this, just a little fun practice step through. Hover that right knee underneath your heart, just like you're in a plank position. Now see if you could swing the right foot forward and step it between your hands. And it's okay if it takes a couple steps, no problem. Go ahead and drop the back knee. Coming into your low lunge. So if you wanted to come up on your fingertips here, that's nice. You can give yourself a little extra space. Think of allowing your hips to sink just as low as you want them to, so whatever's most comfortable. But then let's get the legs active. So we want to start drawing the right heel back, like we're trying to pull back on that right heel and start to draw the left knee forward. So like you're trying to snap your knees together. From there, use your right hand on your right knee to press yourself up to a low lunge, okay? Such a great, a lunge is a great place to begin just about any kind of practice. So keep in mind, you can always support yourself with that right knee, okay? But keep the legs strong. If you don't need the support of your hands on your knee, put them up overhead. And like you're holding a big basketball, okay? Lift your basketball up to the sky and then almost, if it feels right, you could try to hand it to someone behind you. Okay, now I want to move in this lunge. So notice you could extend your front knee, that's the right knee, by pushing the floor away and move your hips back if you want. So try that, move your hips back. And now bend the front knee, pull your hips forward. We're going to try that a few times, okay? Okay, I like to inhale on the push and exhale on the pull. Now all the time your shoulders are over your hips. They don't move forward or back. Inhale, pull into the lunge, exhale. Let's do one more and we'll hold this one. Inhale up, exhale, pull yourself into the lunge. Now hold here and breathe. So if you need support, you bring your hands down. Otherwise, I want you to really press into the legs. If everything's going well and you want a little extra spice, a little extra stretchiness here, you have the option to tuck the back toes and lift the back knee. Okay, but only if that's fun today. No matter where you are in your lunge, reach your heart up for one more big breath. And then with your exhale, if you picked up the back knee, you're going to drop it. Definitely drop your fingers under your shoulders. And we'll see if we can come out the same way we came in. So we want the palms on the floor. Tuck those back toes, hover the back knee. Let's see if we could swing the right leg up to a three-leg dog. Big breath in, sending it up in the sky. And exhale, let's bring the right foot down, downward facing dog. Okay. Walk out those heels. Nice work in the right leg. Should be feeling a little spacious. Let's take the same little vinyasa that we warmed up with and do it before we go to the other side. So this would be a great time to take a break if you need it, and we'll meet in down dog. Otherwise, come along. Here we go. Inhaling, heart forward for plank. And exhale to your hands, fold. Notice the backs of the legs here. Inhale, roll yourself up to stand. Exhale, one hand down, reach the other over. Twist or side bend. Inhale up to standing. Exhale, other side bend. Inhale to stand. Exhale to fold. Halfway up, inhale. Big fold, exhale. Palms are down. Inhale to your plank. And exhale slowly down. So use the knees if you need them. Inhale for your cobra. Pull that heart up and open. And exhale for your downward facing dog. Walk it out here in down dog for a breath or two. Hopefully the posture feels a little more spacious around your shoulders and your legs now. I definitely feel the difference. So let's do everything the same on the left side. Here we go. Inhale the left leg up in the sky. And exhale, send that left knee forward. So almost like you're in a plank pose, shoulders over wrists. Hover that knee under your heart and practice swinging the foot forward to step between your hands. No matter how many steps it takes, just give it a shot. Okay, we're gonna drop the back knee here, pop up on your fingertips, and get comfy in your low lunge. Okay, Anjane Asana. Low lunge. So strengthen the legs. I want you to really get to know that feeling of pulling the left heel back to activate your left hamstrings. So pull back on that left heel. Think of trying to move the right knee forward. So the knees want to snap together. And then you can press yourself up into your lunge. Decide if you want to keep the support of the left knee or if you want to reach up. Really up to you. All right? So get in there, get into your lunge. Sometimes you need to put a little blanket under the back knee because it's tender. So take all that time. And then we're going to move the hips back and forward. So extend the front knee, push the floor away, move your hips back so they're over your right knee. And then pull yourself into the lunge by dragging the left heel back. So you decide how far you want to go. Let's do it a few more times. Inhale, extend the knee back. Exhale, pull into the lunge. Nice. Again, extend and lunge. So the whole time your ribs are over your hips. They never move forward or back. Now pull forward and hold in your lunge. Just be in the lunge. Let the legs be active and strong. If you want to, you could tuck the back toes, lift the back knee. Okay, it's going to give you a little extra spice. So push into the legs. No matter where you are, lift your heart. One more breath here. And then come down slowly, dropping the back knee if it was up, dropping your fingers if they were up. Let's come out through a three-leg dog. So palms are on the ground. We're going to tuck the back toes and lift the back knee. Swing the left leg up in the sky. Big breath in. And exhale, set it down. Back in downward facing dog. Okay. All right, we'll go back to that same little vinyasa variation and kind of cleanse the palate. Here we go. So yogi's choice. Feel free to skip it and take a break. We'll meet back in down dog. Inhaling here, find your plank. Exhale to your hands and fold. Inhale, roll it up. Exhale, side bend. Inhale up, just like we did before. Exhale, other side bend. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Halfway up, inhale. Bigger fold, exhale. Palms are down. Inhale to your plank. And exhale all the way down to the floor. Inhale for your cobra. Pull that heart up and open. And exhale, downward facing dog. Come on up and back. All right, walk it out here. Shake your head out. So now we're quite open and warm in the backs of the legs. Hopefully you're feeling the difference here. And let's get a little bit more twisty. So inhaling here, the right leg up in the sky. We're gonna practice the step through again. So with your exhale, hook that right knee underneath your heart, shoulders over wrists. Practice stepping the right foot through between your hands, okay? Even if it doesn't work, no big deal. Drop that back knee, coming into your low lunge, all hands up in the air. And remember, you can use the support of the right knee or the floor if you need it. This time we're gonna twist. So bring your palms together right by your heart, okay? We'll use your upper body to really twist. So hook that left elbow on the right knee. And you can really take your time hooking it on there. It's not a normal, natural feeling, so take your time. And then when you've got it hooked, you're gonna start to look over to the right. And I'm gonna spin around to face you. All right, so here we are. Keep in mind, you can always put a hand on the ground and a hand on your knee. It's still a twist. So from your twist, think about keeping your hands very close to your heart and your heart very close to your hands, okay? That back elbow, if you notice the right elbow is pointing way up at the sky, I want you to do your best to lift your heart up and point that back elbow back, away from you. Breathe. Okay, if you're feeling real good here and you just want to stay, you stay. I'm going to give you two options to play with. There's a lower body option, tucking the back toe, lifting the back knee, introducing a lower body strength and balance element. You could also play around with mixing in opening your arms nice and wide, dropping your left fingers and reaching up with your right. Whew, wherever you are, keep the legs strong, keep the upper body engaged, and breathe. Nice twist, revolving, open your chest up to the right. Maybe one more big breath here. Come out the way you came in, dropping the back knee, dropping the hands under your shoulders. Okay, let's come out the same way we came in through a three-leg dog. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, right leg up in the sky. Big breath in. And exhale, right foot down, downward facing dog. Whew. Feels nice in the legs. Okay, another vinyasa, yogi's choice. Here we go. Inhaling, heart forward to plank. Exhale to your hands and fold. Inhale, roll it up. Exhale, side bend. Inhale, up. Exhale, other side. Inhaling, bring it up. Exhaling, fold it in half. Halfway up with your inhale. Real big fold on your exhale. Palms are down. Inhale to your plank. Exhale all the way down. Inhale for your cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. All right, up and back in your down dog. Really feeling warmer in it now. Maybe start to just walk out the heels and palms, pushing the floor away from you. Feeling the maximum amount of space on the back body and a lot of strength in the front body. Okay, so we'll just do that twist on the other side, twisty lunge. Here we go. Left leg in the sky, big breath in. Exhale, left knee forward. Practice stepping through. Find that plank-like position and hook that left knee under you. Step the foot between your hands. Drop that back knee, coming on up to your lunge, okay? Remember to put your hands down at any time, but we're gonna put hands together perhaps and start to twist, looking over to the left. Hook that the right elbow on the left knee. And just take a moment, take your time. I'll spin around to face you again. All right. So once you're in your lunge, remember you can always come out with the hands and the fingertips down at a time. But if everything's going well, I want you to really dive in, breathe deeply, lengthen your spine to the best of your ability, and put your hands close to your heart. Wring out your whole back and torso. It's great. So you can stay here, just focusing on getting that back elbow, the left elbow, to point down. Spaciousness across the left side and the right. You can spice it up in the lower body by lifting the back knee. Okay, you can spice it up in the upper body by opening the arms wide. So feel free to use your options and breathe. The bigger your twist, the bigger your breath should be, and the bigger your smile should be. Nice breath, just working out all the little imbalances in your back here. Maybe one more breath. Come down the same way you came in, with slow control. Hands under shoulders. Come on up through a three-leg dog. So inhale, left leg in the sky here. And exhale, left foot down. Downward facing dog. Walk it out. Okay. One more vinyasa here. Okay. Inhaling, heart forward to plank. And exhaling, walk to your hands, fold. Inhale, roll yourself up. Exhale, side bend. Inhale, up. Exhale, other side bend. And inhale, up. Exhale, fold. Palms are down. Halfway up on your inhale. And then all the way folded down. All right, palms are down here. Inhale, back to plank. And exhale all the way down. Inhale, cobra, pulling the heart up and open. And exhale, downward facing dog. Come on up and back. So this will be our last downward facing dog of this practice. I like to come back and just try it out one last time and feel the difference. So hopefully you're feeling like you can really push through the hands and feet now. Backs of the shoulders and the legs are softer and more spacious. Think of pulling the knees and elbows inward slightly, creating a nice center of strength. All right, down dog is a great tool for noticing differences over time. From here, just walk to your hands. Just walk all the way to your hands. And this is just a nice moment where we're just gonna kind of softly fold over the legs. We're gonna let the head hang and we're just gonna sway. Not doing anything in particular here. Just letting your long, beautiful spine hang off of your hips. Okay, I like to shake the head out here. Just getting all the little muscles at the base of the spine to let go. And then I want to get a little stretchy on the sides of your legs here. So keep those knees nice and bent, okay? And get to where you can put at least your fingertips on the ground. So even if you have a block, that's a nice friend. So put your fingertips or your hands down and step your right foot in front of your left. Yep, just like you're walking on a balance beam. Okay, but what's different from walking on a balance beam is now that you have your right foot in front of your left, turn on your right heel and point your right foot to the right. Okay, so now your feet look like an L shape. Okay, and then if you're here and you're just focusing on trying to relax, then just stay here. You don't have to go any further. Put a soft bend in your knees. Do let your head hang, okay? I know it's hard, but let it go. Let the head hang. If you want more, then you walk your hands to the right. Okay. So you'll just kind of lean into the twist. If you still want more, you can walk your hands over by your left heel. So breathe into the left hip, the right hip, and extend or bend the knees as much as you like, but try not to lock them. Really great stretch for the whole outside of each leg and hip. So take your time walking back through center here. Hands come back in front. Then you can step the feet back to normal. And we'll do the other side. So now the left foot steps in front of the right like a balance beam. And then turn on the left heel. Point the left toes to the left. So now your feet make another L shape. You can stay here with your hands in front, just bending your knees. You can walk the hands to the left. And you can walk them over by your right foot. It's up to you. But do let that big, heavy head hang. I know it's hard to let go of your head, but close your eyes. And let that thing just hang below your heart. And give your brain and your heart a break here. Breathe in your foldy, twisty shape. Breathe into the outsides of each leg. Okay, as you're ready, bring it back through center, hands back around front, feet back to normal. Okay, so here is where we're going with this. Make sure you still have something you can put your fingers on at least in front of you. And we're gonna step the feet a bit wide. I'd say wider than your hips are for sure. And then you'll adjust if you need to. Turn the toes out just a little bit and start to drop your hips toward the floor. So it may be that today you wanna take your feet wider or narrower, or maybe you just wanna keep your hips up in the sky. But if you could, and it feels all right, go ahead and drop them way down and drop into a malasana squat. So here you are in your squat. You could keep your hands down, you could keep your hips up. But if it feels all right, see if you want to pick your hands up and put them together in front of you. And we'll just breathe here for a moment. A lot of feeling in the hips, a lot of tissue and connection. So if you get a lot of sensation in your hips and low back here, that's normal. You do your best to just settle in for a moment. Let your spine lengthen up and out of your hips. And if you could tuck your elbows between your knees, go ahead and do that. And start to press not only your elbows against your knees, but also your knees against your elbows. So you're trying to squish them together. And breathe. I just want to take a couple more breaths here with you. So now that we're a bit settled in, I want you to really activate your legs. Start to push the legs against the floor, like you're trying to lift your hips just 1 inch. And more often than not, you'll notice if you activate the legs at least a little bit, it helps a lot of release become available all around the joints. And maybe one more breath here in this malasana squat. Just really opening up the hips and low back. Then as you're ready, you can take your hands behind you and just come back down to a seat. Come onto a seat. The floor is right there. You can shake out your legs. Whew. All right.
So that squat, just such a great way to open up all around the hips where we tend to get locked up. So let's get even stretchier. We'll have the right leg be our long leg for now. We'll bring the left foot in, and you can bend that left knee, just tuck that left foot close to your hips. Okay, so I would call this shape like a half straddle. So your knees are pointing away from each other and you're facing out between them. Okay, if it is difficult to sit up straight here, you always have the option to lift your right knee a little bit, and it's a lot easier. Okay, so keep that option open. Okay, make sure both legs are active pushing down into the ground, active on the top, bottom, and sides of all the legs. And take that right elbow to the right thigh, just above the knee. Let's get the left arm over. And start to reach out over to the right. We'll hold and breathe right here, just enjoying this nice stretch. So I want you to really keep the legs active here, and especially notice that left hip. Notice how it wants to come up. Do your best to keep it down. So you could stay right here in this stretch. I like to add a little armpit stretch on the left side, bending that left elbow into kind of a right angle. You can peel that side of your chest open. Nice extra space in the throat. All right, coming up and out of this, let that left hand reach you back over and up. Let's bring the left hand all the way to the floor, under the left shoulder. So then use what you have here on the floor to push up into a supported side plank. So lift the hips nice and high. When you come up, probably gonna wanna move the left knee so that it's more directly under the left hip. So go ahead and put that left knee under the left hip. Feels so much more supportive. Also the left hand under the left shoulder. And we can get that right arm up and over here. Stretching in the opposite direction now. Stretching the right hand and the right foot away from each other. Big stretch in the right side. So while you're here, I want you to really push what's on the floor down. So push down through that left side. And maybe even turn the right elbow into a right angle and peel that armpit open while you're here. Remember, the secret to stretching is remaining active, breathing, and time, and just giving it time. Maybe one more breath here in your supported side plank, stretching open that right side. And let's come out the way we came in. Okay, spin yourself all the way down to a seat here. And you can extend that left leg, shake it out. So now we'll do all that on the other side. So now the left leg will be the long leg. Okay, the right leg will be the bent leg. Okay, a half straddle, the knees point away from each other. And remember, the legs are active. So both legs, top, bottom, and sides, all strong. Press the floor down a little bit. Okay, so getting into a side stretch here. Let's take the left elbow to the left thigh, above the knee, and the right arm up and over. And breathe here. So the right side getting a great stretch. Okay, we've got to put a little extra attention into dropping that right hip into the floor. Make sure the neck is long all the time. And maybe we bend the right elbow and peel the chest open a bit. Right, as you're ready, transitioning out of this, reach out with your right hand and drop it under your right shoulder. So now we'll flip the stretch around. Push the floor down, coming up into a supported side plank. Let's move the right knee and get it under the right hip. That feels so much better. Okay, pushing the floor away with the right side, you should have extra freedom to stretch open the left side. So hold here and breathe. Remember, the more you push down with the right, the more you can open up in the left. So you may decide to cactus the top arm and peel the left chest open. Should feel really nice all across your ribs and your low back. Just creating extra space. Right, take your time coming down the same way you came in. Just come on down to a seat. And you can extend your legs and shake them out here. All right, very nice. Now I want to fold us in half. So from a comfortable seat, give yourself the option, if you have trouble sitting up straight, okay, with your legs extended, then just bend your knees a little bit. You have that option. It makes it a lot nicer. So whether your knees are bent or not, make the legs very strong and pretend that you're kicking the floor down slightly. And you're going to put your fingertips on the floor by your hips, push down on that floor with your legs, and start to walk your fingers forward so that your heart comes close to your toes. Okay. And then hold where you feel some resistance from the back of your body, maybe the backs of your legs specifically. Just hold right there. No pain, no strain. And breathe. So I like to think in positions like these where I'm focusing on releasing tension in the back body. I like to think long spine, inhale, moving that heart forward. And then push the floor down with the legs. Exhale. Long spine, inhale. Push the floor down. Exhale. So remember, there's no destination with this fold. You're just looking for some nice space in the back of your body. That's all. So drop your head, close your eyes, and keep your neck nice and long. We'll take a few more breaths here. Okay, even if you come down to your elbows, that's fine. Just maybe one more breath with your longest possible spine. And start to walk yourself up and out of this as you're ready. Come on up and out. All right, now let's go a little deeper into your lower body and your hips, okay? With a stacked logs pose. So if you lean back on your hands and just take your right ankle and stack it close to your left knee on your thigh. So not right on the kneecap, that can be uncomfortable, but flex both ankles, so nice and flexed, and then see if you can just sit up tall here. Just sit up nice and tall. Again, if it's hard to sit up straight, you're gonna bend the long leg. You're gonna bend the left leg, okay? So if everything's going great here, I want you to keep your legs really active and start to push the floor down with both legs. So the right leg is pushing down and the left leg. Push down, long spine inhale. Push the floor down, exhale. So I want you to fold here as well. So sometimes you'll notice the left knee will kind of lock out here. Try to keep a little bend in it all the time. Same thing here, just finding extra space in your back body. And we're always pushing that right knee down to the ground. Okay, feels really nice in that right outer hip. So take your time coming up and out of this. I think I could spend all day here. We're just gonna pick up the right knee. So pick it up, allow the right foot to slide to the floor on the left. So the right foot is crossed over to the left. Okay, slide that right foot back close to your hip. Okay, like you're trying to squinch the right leg really close to your body. And then as a matter of fact, go and hold the right leg very close, squeezing it towards your heart. So take a moment here, really nice for that right outer hip, just to squeeze the knee in. Do your best to sit up tall. And then of course, if you wanted to move deeper into the twist, you'd start to look over the right shoulder, perhaps dropping your right fingers behind you to make yourself a little taller. And then you could take the left elbow outside the right knee and deepen the twist even more. But if you go deeper, I want you to breathe deeper, please. The more we twist that rib cage and the belly, the more we need to fill things up with big breath and massage and move everything around. Maybe one more breath in your twist, making sure both hips are heavy on the floor. Right, untwist yourself here. You can extend that right leg, lean back on your hands, and shake it out. So hopefully that right hip feels really nice now. Let's do the left. So let's get the left foot, the left ankle flexed. So both ankles nice and flexed here. We're gonna bend the left knee, stack that left ankle on the thigh, very close to the knee, okay? And start to let the left knee drop away from you. See if you could sit up straight. So put as much bend as you like in the right knee, okay? Try not to let it lock. Fingertips down beside you. Start to kick the floor down with both legs. Start to fold over. Now, it doesn't matter how far you fold. As long as your legs feel nice, your back feels nice, that's where you want to be. But activate the legs, push the floor. Notice that left outer hip here. Ask yourself if you could lengthen the spine any more. Okay, no rush. Take your time walking up and out, and we'll turn this into the same twist. So we'll just pick up the left knee, allow that left foot to slide to the floor on the right, and then move it back by your hips. Hug the leg close, really close. Make sure the left hip stays on the floor. You kind of feel how it wants to lift up. And then you can move deeper into the twist, looking over the left shoulder, putting the left fingers behind you, and then finally taking the right elbow outside the left knee. Sit up tall for your twist and breathe deeply. All right, take your time revolving out of your twist. You can extend the left leg, shake it out. Hopefully the hips, the low back, spine, everything's feeling great now. Try this, a little tiny challenge. Put your feet on the floor, your knees pointed up, okay? Make yourself a long neutral spine with belly button pulling in. And we'll see how slowly we can roll down. Okay, take your time, really challenge yourself. Tuck the tailbone, roll back one vertebra at a time. I like to really visualize the spine here, articulating slowly. Okay, once you land, you can extend your legs fully. Tuck your shoulder blades under you, and of course, it is time to rest. You earned it. So close your eyes down and start to let your breath slow down to a very natural, effortless pace. Allow your body to soften as well, so that no more effort is required and you're just being here. This is a great time to just notice the effects of your practice on your muscles, and perhaps you notice some subtleties in how your joints align, and perhaps a sense of warmth and softness all over your body. It's a good time to practice watching your thoughts without judgment, without trying to fix or do anything as you observe. You see the thought, and then you let the thought go. Let your jaw relax, your eyeball muscles relax, ear muscles relax. Just enjoying being present in this moment as it unfolds. So please keep resting just like this for as long as you can. Of course, the longer the better. Just take some time to rest your body. But this is where I'll leave you for our practice today. Thanks so much for joining in.